Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that.
All right. Big Boss K-Po Talk Boxing. I got videos coming, man. I'm a machine, bro. But before I get my soliloquy, remember tough times don't last. Good people do not upset. Call me if I like me, be matter. Peak game, metaphors will swing. All right. So, disclaimer, man. You know, I'm gonna make this video before I go into the gym. This video gonna be about Shakur Stevenson. Before I go in the gym and get it cracking, because today finna be one of them days when I'm finna go hard. Pause. I'm not tough, I'm not gangster. I'm just a grown man that don't tolerate disrespect. Y'all know my slogan. Don't come in my comment section, right, talking crazy. I told y'all last time, if you talking crazy, I'm gonna send you information to bosskpo@yahoo.com. I will gladly unretire, and all I gotta do is make a phone call, and you'll be in an amateur bout. That's all I'm saying, bro. So don't come in here talking crazy, talking all that foolishness. You know, had one dude claiming, oh, I sent you 4 emails. I check that email every day. No email was sent to me, right? So I don't play the internet games. You notice I don't really go back and forth with you, talk about what I'm gonna do to you, and I'm gonna do this, and you a B word, and did it. I don't do all that. Send your information here. Now, if you want to debate boxing and keep it on that level, I'm cool. We can talk boxing. But when you start trying to get personal, I don't do all that talking when it get personal. Send your information here, and we'll see what you're talking about. That's just what I'm on. All right. I'm not one of them dudes like that do all that talking and rah-rahing for the internet. That's not what I do. That's not how I am. I don't do nothing for clout. I don't care. I'm from Houston. I'm from old school Houston. I ain't from no young Houston. I ain't from the Houston where we want to do stuff for show and for clout and be seen. I don't care about being seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping that 1,000. I care about standing on my 10 though, like a man, and that's just what it is when it start getting personal. You start trying to get personal with me, we will get in them gloves. That's it, right? I never portrayed myself to be tough, never portrayed myself to be gangster. Anybody that know me know that, you know, I ain't never claimed to be no gangster. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like the title being gangster. You know what I mean? Because people's interpretation of gangster nowadays ain't really what it is. You know what I mean? I done seen dudes who so-called gangster and then they over here pitching and catching. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, you know, I really respect being a man, and that's just what it is. I live on man principles, not on no foolishness. All right? So, please refrain from tough talk with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I will accept your invitation every time. Let's talk boxing. Shakur Stevenson. Sean Porter says he saw Shakur Stevenson spar, and he says that Shakur Stevenson is Floyd Mayweather-esque. Let me just say something about Sean Porter. Sean Porter really kind of like, he's a guy I respect. He fought everybody, but his boxing expertise to me is a little bit skewed, tainted, if that makes sense. He says stuff that's kind of casualish. All right, hear me out. Sean Porter sitting here talking about Shakur Stevenson is Floyd Mayweather-esque is ridiculous. Shakur Stevenson is a good young fighter. He's nowhere near Floyd. I'm tired of people trying to compare these dudes to Floyd. Terrence Crawford, he's Floyd Mayweather-esque. That they don't fight like this man, bro. Nobody fights like Floyd. Okay? They don't even have the same DNA, the same makeup. Nothing. He does nothing like Floyd. Floyd fought everybody dang near. Shakur ain't fought nobody. What are we talking about? What has he done for you to sit there and say that? It's easy to look a certain way in the gym when you fighting dudes with headgear and 16-ounce gloves on. What are we doing? This is stuff I be talking about with these fighters, bro. They say, everybody don't need to be saying stuff. I'm sorry, bro. Everybody don't need to say stuff, bro. Shakur's a good young fighter, right? He's a master of distance. Y'all know me. Man, it's people that been on my channel since I started. I was one of the first ones who was talking about Shakur Stevenson as a fighter. And how I respected him as a fighter and how, you know, and they was like, bro, you tripping. I fool with you, boss, but you tripping. We just keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? It's people that go back and watch my old videos from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and I was talking about Shakur Stevenson as a fighter. They was like, I fool with you, boss, but I can't co-sign that Shakur Stevenson stuff. I was the main one, like, saying this stuff. But I never sat there and said, man, he better than Floyd, or he got better defense than Floyd. No, I was saying, man, that boy there is a good young fighter. He a good boxer. He keep leveling up, mastering his skills. He could beat a lot of people. That's real talk. But Shakur Stevenson has kind of went a different way because he talked that tough gangster talk, but fight this other way. And it's like, bro, you don't fight like that. You know what I mean? And like he talk about, man, you know, I can punch, man. I really be punching. No, you don't, bro. Stop talking like that. That's what bothers me about Shakur. It's like people say stuff and like, he likes people who glaze over him. He like yes men around him. He don't like men that keep it real with him. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude like me, he not gonna like me in his circle. Pause. Because I'm gonna be honest with him. He gonna take it as, oh, you hating on me. No, I'm not. I'm telling you the truth. This is stuff you need to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Dudes I'm cool with, that I rock with, they gonna hear the truth from me. You know? And I would want that for people who's around me. You know what I'm saying? Like people who are around me be telling me the truth. Hey, bro, you tripping right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know, but he wants people around him that lie to him and make up stuff and tell him, you know, because if you look at his Instagram, on his stories, this man, Shakur is the greatest, Shakur, I don't know what they talking about. You the greatest in the world. He reposting it. Why? He feeds into that foolishness, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Y'all don't understand what I be telling y'all. This nigga is a great fighter. Great fighter. Great young little fighter, bro. But the stuff he be talking, he don't fight like that, bro. He talk about he gonna stop Zepeda, he gonna do this, he punch harder than Zepeda, and he do this. Bro, stop talking like that. You don't fight like that. You know? I don't care who he try to come in the comment section as, because he came in the comment section as somebody else on one of my videos talking crazy. You know? I heard everything you said. You know, the man came in the comment section. I heard everything you said. I watched it thoroughly. You don't know boxing. I bet not see you. Man, I don't run from no smoke. I don't care who you is. That's the problem with this young generation. They used to doing this and not backing up what they said. I'm a grown man. I don't tolerate no disrespect, right? But I'm not saying nothing disrespectful towards you either. But I'm willing to deal with confrontation because I like confrontation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. I don't run from conflict. We deal with it, we face it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. It's not about being tough, being gangster, and it's not about anything like that. It's about standing on your 10 and understanding and having these uncomfortable conversations. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You know? If I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, like, bro, you don't fight like that, that's the truth. I speak truth. I don't speak by opinion. You know, I'm not sitting here saying you suck. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, man, Shakur Stevenson trash. Nothing like that. What I am saying is this. You don't fight like that. You don't fight like a killer. And there's nothing wrong with that. Be the masterclass boxer that you are. You are a great masterclass boxer. One of the best, but as far as straight up boxers, that's you. But all this gangster stuff, that's not you. You're not gangster. You know, a lot of these people take, like, oh, I'm from the hood as, oh, you know, I'm gangster. Bro, you want to go on no missions? You You know what I'm saying? You wasn't doing this and doing that. And then a lot of people take, oh, well, he been to jail. It's a lot of people that been to jail. I got a cousin that been to jail. He not gangster. What are you talking about? Anybody can get in a fight and, you know, are you taking penitentiary chances out here? You putting your life on the line out here? You know what I'm saying? You don't come from that environment, bro. So we're not gonna sit here and act like, oh, you know, Shakur Stevenson is a boxer. He's a master class boxer. He just hang around Jay Prince and them. And Jay Prince and them really be, you know, they really be, you know, yeah. And Jay Prince smart, man. How do I know? Because Jay Prince is somebody, when I was a kid, before I found Christ, right? Jay Prince was somebody that I respected and idolized, pause, when I was a young kid, you know? But once I found Jesus, it was like, yeah, I ain't idolizing no man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But Jay Prince was somebody, when I was a kid, I looked up to. So, like, I was like, man, this nigga move like a mob boss. He know how to touch you without touching you, pause. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So I was like, man, yeah, that's what I want to be. Mob boss. You know what I'm talking about? But then, like, I got older, you know, I'm like, man, I'm idolizing this other grown man. That's gay, number one. Number two, you know? But anyway, get back on topic. All I'm saying at the end of the day is that we need to stop comparing these fighters to other fighters. Legendary fighters that got extensive resumes, that have fought in different weight classes, who have fought the best fights, all that. You know what I'm saying? I started losing respect for Shakur as a fighter when he turned down that Devin Haney fight. Because I thought for sure, like, oh yeah, that's when they made him an offer and he talking about, oh, I'm worth more than that's it. Bro, there's more reward. Take that offer, whoop him, become undisputed or unified or whatever. Boom. Yesterday's price, not today's price. Nope, not him. Nah, I'm worth more than that. It's like, and then you back door go do the same thing to Frank Martin. It's like, so the very thing you ridiculed Devin for, you go do the same thing to Frank Martin. Right? And then you, oh, Frank Martin a B word, he did that a third. What? Nobody was saying that when you turned down that Devin Haney offer. Then you don't want to fight Keyshawn Davis because that's your brother. You talking about y'all brothers. Y'all not blood, bro. I don't want to hear that stuff about, and I don't care. I'll fight my blood brother. He in the way, I'll fight that boy. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's me. But all I'm saying at the end of the day is, like, we got to stop comparing these. Shakur Stevenson is Shakur Stevenson. He a good young fighter who's continually writing his chapter. You know what I'm saying? His career ain't over. It is far from over. He very well can, you know, start getting these big fights and start, you know, I don't think he's going to get under Eddie Hearn. But start getting these big fights and start beating these guys. He may beat Tank. I don't think so, but he may beat Tank, right? He may get in there and beat Tank because Shakur Stevenson is his foundation is built on skill set, not athleticism. Shakur Stevenson is not athletic at all. He has no athleticism. He's strictly a boxer that was built on fundamentals and skills, right? That's the type of fighter he is. He's built on fundamentals and skills. So him as a fighter, when he get in that ring, you know, and he get in there and he fight Tank, you know, he may make Tank frustrated because of what his foundation is built on. His foundation is built on fundamentals and skills, right? That's real talk, right? Tank gets frustrated sometimes when it comes to skill. You know, when he get in there with real skillful boxers, you start seeing him get irritated, right? But who knows? If Tank is motivated, you know, it all depends. In that matchup, it all depends on Tank. It don't depend on Shakur. It depends. Everything depends on Gervonta Tank Davis when it comes to that fight, if they fight. If Gervonta Tank Davis is motivated. That's what it boils down to. It don't boil down to anything else. but if he's motivated. You know what I'm saying? But I just want in the sport of boxing us to stop comparing these dudes to these other fighters. We compare Terence Crawford to Floyd. Oh, Terence Crawford is gonna be, he's better than Floyd. No, he's not. He's nowhere near. He's not even touching the surface of Floyd. Oh, well, Floyd never was undisputed. Floyd never became undisputed. That's what y'all hanging your hat on. Well, cool. Floyd never was undisputed, but Floyd beat the most champions, right? Floyd fought the most undefeated fighters. Floyd, doesn't he keep going? Floyd did the highest pay gates. You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about? Floyd fought the best fighters, right? How does that make, man, that's a whole nother video. I'm about to, woo! Pause. All I said at the end of the day, keep it 1,000, keep it chick coming out working with Will, is when you look at these fighters today, you can't compare them to the fighters yesterday. They not even touching them. I don't think a fighter today can beat any fighter from yesteryear in their prime. If Terence Crawford fought a prime Floyd Mayweather, Shakur fought a prime Floyd Mayweather, or Manny Pacquiao, they getting stopped viciously. I'm talking about pretty boy Floyd, even Money May, Manny Pacquiao, right? Man, stop playing, bro. Like, bro, they not touching these dudes from yesteryear, bro. It's a whole, they makeup is different than these fighters of today. So all I'm saying at the end of the day, to keep it 1,000, I mean, that's a whole nother topic right there. Let's stop comparing these fighters to fighters of yesteryear. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.